When I tell people that I had success in losing 40 pounds, they want to ask me what I did right. What did you do to lose the 40 pounds? But the truth is, they should be asking me what I did wrong. Because in the process, I made a lot of mistakes, and looking back, there's a lot that I would do differently in order to have seen better results and with a little bit less frustration. So ladies, in this video, I want to break down the 4 biggest mistakes that I made in losing the 40 pounds because I don't want you to make the same ones. I knew that in order to lose weight, I needed to be in a calorie deficit, which simply means that I'm burning more calories than I am consuming a day. So I took the approach of tracking my macros in MyFitnessPal, and this was not something I regret. It is definitely one of the #1 reasons why I was able to lose the 40 pounds and still have a lot of freedom and flexibility within my diet. But what I do regret is solely focusing on the macros and not enough on the food quality. Although the food that I was eating was helping me to lose weight, it was very macro friendly, high protein, low calorie, I didn't realize that it was impacting my energy, my digestion, and my cravings. It was frustrating because I thought that I was doing everything right, but yet I was bloated all the time, my energy was just subpar, and I was eating a lot of protein bars and protein snacks that just left me unsatisfied. Yes, macros matter, but food quality matters just as much. I wasn't eating real whole foods that my body actually needed in order to thrive. And that mindset carried into my workouts as well, which goes into my second mistake. I used to think that more workouts meant more progress, so I would train almost every day and sometimes twice a day. But the truth is that kept me more inflamed, I wasn't recovering well from my workouts, my strength was tanking, and my cortisol was stuck through the roof. I thought I was doing everything right, but my body was stressed out and I felt burnt out. Then when I finally switched to 3 to 4 days a week of strategic training, walking, and now I do 1 to 2 days of Pilates, my body really started to change. And it's not just me. One of our clients, Emily, came to us and she was a cardio bunny, working out 6 days a week and super frustrated with her results. Once we gave her a 3 to 4 day strength training split, her body completely transformed. She actually lost 23 pounds while working out less. Training smarter, not just longer, is what made all the difference. And while my training was too much, my nutrition habits were also working against me in a sneaky way that I didn't originally realize. Even though I was tracking, I was constantly grazing throughout the day. I made this silly rule in my mind that I needed to eat under 300 calories a meal, which meant that I was just always hungry. So because of that, in between meals, I was always snacking. Little protein bars here and there, snacking on some crackers, a couple bites here, a couple bites there while cooking, it all adds up. And those snacks didn't keep me full, made it harder to hit my protein goal. I was constantly thinking about food, and I was actually over-consuming calories. I was also led to believe that more meals or eating more frequently throughout the day was going to boost my metabolism, and that's a total myth. So what switched everything was eating well-balanced meals. I now have about 4 meals throughout the day, and I don't snack in between those meals. It's a lot easier to not snack when your meals are high protein, high fiber, and they're pretty nutrient dense, and they have enough calories to keep you satisfied for a couple of hours. So if you're snacking constantly, wondering why you're not seeing better results or why you're always hungry, that is why. But no matter how I was eating or training, this next mistake I would say was my biggest downfall. I thought if I wasn't always restricting my calories, I wouldn't make progress. So I attempted to stay in a fat loss focus phase forever. Unfortunately, instead of losing more body fat and actually getting that toned and defined look that I was after, my metabolism slowed down, my relationship with food worsened, and I wasn't eating enough to actually build muscle and get that toned look. So even though I was putting forth my best effort, I was putting forth effort in the wrong areas. I didn't approach my nutrition in phases, which I now understand is incredibly important for long-term weight loss success. Once I learned how to cycle between fat loss, maintenance, and a reverse diet, everything changed. I started to build more muscle, I had more energy and better workouts, and I was looking leaner as I was actually eating a little bit more food. Fat loss isn't something that you are supposed to pursue year-round. It's best to get in and get out, and to approach it in phases. This is most important if you actually want to keep the weight off. So yes, I lost 40 pounds, but that version of me had no idea how much smoother, healthier, and more successful I would be had I avoided these mistakes. And if you're stuck right now, feeling like you're doing everything right, these might be the blind spots that are holding you back from seeing better results. We work with women every day whose problem is not that they're lazy or not that they're not disciplined, it's just that they're following the wrong plan. And a lot of times they're making these same mistakes. Once we identify what their blind spots are and provide them with a more tailored and structured plan, they finally start getting the results they always dreamed of. And I'll leave you with this. If you feel like you have tried everything and you're still not where you want to be, you have not tried everything. You are not a snowflake, and weight loss or building muscle is entirely possible for you. Thanks so much for watching, and if this video helped you in any way, don't forget to leave a like, a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. See you in the next video.